It definitely felt quite emotional just being back on the start line. It definitely felt emotional running down the finish line, having all the fans there to high five, and knowing that I'd toughed it out and managed to get back on the podium in my first race after a very long time away from racing, definitely feeling rusty and not feeling 100%. So plenty more in the tank, but yeah, it was really amazing just to start the season in a good way and feel really positive going into the next block of training.
T100 is back. The race to Qatar begins right here in Singapore.
From Great Britain, Lucy Charles-Barclay.
Yeah, I think in the race I definitely knew straight away I didn't feel 100%, like I just wasn't able to really get into that level of push needed for T100.
Yeah, I think with the short course girls coming in, the speed is definitely going up on the swim, and I knew probably of the three disciplines that was the one that kind of felt the worst in my training at the moment. Like, it's pretty hard to train the swim at home if I'm not up at 5 a.m, I'm not swimming. I'm really happy with where it's at now, but I think I'm gonna go away and hopefully take that upper level for the next race.
The swim is always incredibly tough in Singapore. The water is so warm, and by the time you've done about half of the swim, you're already feeling it. So it becomes more about trying to stay as cool as possible and just conserve as much energy in that swim in order to not ruin your entire race.
The course is extremely hard, conditions are tough. Lucy Charles-Barclay absolutely loves them, and she's once again here with a solid performance.
Out onto the bike, it definitely felt hot. I think we had a bit more sun than the year before, so you had that UV index on your back as well. It was a 9-lap bike course, whereas the year before it was 8, so it actually became a more difficult bike course because we had more elevation than the years before. So I think again that was why the bike times were a little bit slower. My power was down by about 35 watts on the year before, and I think that was just, again, just down to illness and not being able to get everything out of myself that I've done previously. At the end of the day, I just tried to bike my own race. I pretty much did the whole ride on my own with no one around me.
I, for one, am just happy to see her back on the start line and just doing what she does best, and that's going out and fighting for the best position she can possibly get on the day.
My legs just didn't have the usual power that they have, but I was like, let's just try and do what we can, stay as cool as possible. So like every lap I was taking the cold water to try and cool down. I'm sure there's some really ugly pain faces of me out there just suffering.
Go Lucy!
And then I think I came off the bike in 4th position, so I was still very much in the mix. As I dismounted the bike and got into T2, I just cramped absolutely everywhere. Like, I had to sit on the floor to put my shoes on because I knew if I did it standing up, I was just going to fall on the floor anyway. So sat down to put the shoes on. As I knelt up to get all the ice from my box to take out onto the run, my quads completely cramped. So I was like, this is definitely going to be an absolutely brutal 18 kilometre.
Yeah, just had to tough it out. The gaps were coming down and it was really tight at the end, and I was like, I really want to get on that podium. Like, I feel like I can do it. The last aid station, I was like, I can't even use this because if I slow down and use it, I'm going to get caught. So it was like, just dig so deep and hang on, and really proud to get 3rd today. It was really tough, but super happy.
Last year in the race I managed to throw a bottle and get it into the bin, and then at the same point on the run course this year I was like, well, I'm going to just try and get it in the bin, and managed to do it, and I think even that just gives you like a little positive lift.
Oh, in the bin.
Slam dunk.
Slam dunk. Still able to have fun at least.
You don't get any more T100 points on the scoreboard for that, unfortunately. I think that should become a thing, that you can get bonus points for slam dunking rubbish in the bin, but gave me a bit of a lift. That was on the first lap of the run. Apparently I managed to do it again maybe on the second, but I wasn't really paying attention at that point. I was probably more just surviving. If you can't have a little fun doing your job, then why are you even doing it? The saving grace on the run in Singapore is, you know that as time goes by, it should be getting a bit cooler because you're getting later into the day. And I certainly just kept telling myself that it's going to get cooler, it's going to get cooler, so just keep running. Managed to run myself up into third place, super tight at the top on that race, the gaps being quite small between us. Was really, really proud to just hang on to get that third place. Just a good start to the season, scores on the board, and yeah, happy to finish a race in one piece.
She's asking for some cheers from the crowd, and they're richly deserved. It's going to be a third place in 2025. A brilliant start to the year for Lucy Charles-Barclay, who will have her sights on the race to Qatar later in the year.
That was brutal. Oh my gosh, she dug so deep there. I was like, really wanted the podium, so really chuffed with it.
So on the week before the race, I started to get some really bad hay fever symptoms. So I was like, oh, it's fine, it's just hay fever, like I feel pretty tired. And then by Saturday, a week out from the race, I was like, this isn't just hay fever. I knew I had a cold as well, like I'd got a sore throat. And we pretty much did everything we could. We made little Nana's chicken soup recipe, we took vitamin C, I had zinc, I just dosed up on everything. I had my AG1 obviously every day anyway, but yeah, just trying to get as much vitamins in as we could and just try and rest as much as possible. The one thing that was kind of the biggest telltale for me that it wasn't just hay fever was when I was looking at my Whoop data and I could see that my HRV was getting lower and lower, so I could obviously see that something wasn't quite right, and my recovery scores, although I felt like I was sleeping okay, they weren't showing me very good recovery. Then you've got a long haul flight as well, so the recovery is never going to be good off of that. And actually it was horrific coming back home. Sometimes you don't want to see it because it confirms how you're feeling, but in this case, obviously when you're getting sick, it's good to know a little bit earlier and make the right decisions. So actually, when I felt like I was getting sick on the Saturday, I was meant to have my last 2 really big sessions going into the race, and we just decided to not even train at all that day and prioritise getting well rather than trying to hit those sessions. And I think I've learned that throughout my career, that I don't need to get the confidence from doing those workouts. It's better for me to just actually feel well. On race week, I did start to feel a little bit better. There's no real number you can put on it, but you know that you're just not firing at 100%. I mean, you can look at my watts compared to last year. I actually think that I'm biking better than I was this time last year, and I cycled 35 watts less for the race. So it definitely did affect me in some way, but I didn't want to go in thinking negatively that, oh, you're not going to perform because you've had that. I was like, you're going to perform the best you can and you're just going to see what happens. So you've put so much work into this block. But on the flip side of that, I feel like I'm not sat here trying to promote that you should be so tough and fight through every illness and injury and get yourself on the start line. You still need to have that weighing up the pros and cons of doing it and making sure that you're putting your health first. And in this scenario, I was actually just putting my mental health first. It's been incredibly tough to have to sit out of these races, and last year was tough with getting myself into world beating form and then getting injured, and it felt like it kept happening. So I knew that it was just more important for my mental health to be on that start line. Yeah, I definitely paid for it a bit. I feel slightly worse than I normally would finishing a race in that environment and having been a bit sick, but yeah, now we prioritise recovery, getting back moving, and then yeah, just focusing on the next race.
Oh, thank you. I don't know why you do that one.
Yeah, she did phenomenally well. Had a bit of illness going into this, so not every race is perfect. Wasn't sure if it would make the start line, but after last year, I think Lucy, more than me, made the decision that she just wanted to be here and be on the start line. So Not the most ideal prep, but she's super fit. Brutal conditions, I would say far worse than Kona. Someone who's been to Kona 7 times myself, this is harder than Kona. The heat is insane, so fair play to absolutely everyone who raced out there. The heavens opened on us about 20 minutes after she finished the cross line, so thankful that that wasn't on the bike. I'm not sure if they would have been able to continue with the weather being so severe, but yeah, brilliant result, happy. First race of the season, 2025. Hopefully this will be the start of what's going to be a great year.
This basically replicates like what a calf guard does. So when you're racing and you're not allowed to wear calf guards when it's like a non-wetsuit swim. But I think we need to improve it a little bit because they started falling off in the swim, and now I've got the most hilarious tan line ever. So
yeah, so Singapore, I absolutely love it as a place to go and visit. It's an incredible venue to race, so many landmarks to see on the course. We obviously got to do a few different things while we were there racing, so I actually got to go and meet the GB Rugby Sevens team and do a bit of a training session with them. Definitely won't be switching to rugby anytime soon, but that was a lot of fun. And then I also did a meet and greet with my helmet sponsor, Cask, on the Monday, and met some really lovely people. It was just lovely vibes there, some great questions being asked, and we also gave away a helmet as well.
Back here next year and racing in these brutal conditions again. So good luck to all of you with your training, and yeah, keep up the good work.
It was an incredible weekend of racing. Amazing to see Kate Wolf do her debut in the T100 distance and just pretty much looked flawless throughout the day. She had an incredible result, so really impressive to see, and look forward to racing her throughout the rest of the series. Also amazing to have Jess Learmoff back racing. We only raced probably once or twice when I dipped my toe into some short course racing, but she's probably one of the toughest racers out there and someone that I can definitely have company with in the swim throughout this series, so I think that's going to play out and be really good fun. Lisa, who came second, had a great race as well. I think it was her first time racing over that distance, and she was a wild card. To get on the podium was really impressive as well. And then on the men's side, I think Hayden Wild again just made it look so easy in the most ridiculous conditions, so incredible to see that. And then Martin Van Riel to have done an Ironman a week before, done long haul travel, and then got on the podium in this race is just unbelievable. Some really incredible racing happening, and I'm sure we're going to see so much more of that as the series progresses.
I think that's got just the bike and dirty washing in it. And then that's my suitcase. It's Reese's suitcase. That's my hand luggage. That's Reese's hand luggage. That's also my hand luggage. That's my bike helmet. And the biscuits that I won for on the podium yesterday. But I actually can't eat them because they've got wheat in them, so I'll give them to my mum and dad for looking after the dogs, I guess. As you can see, we travel really light, and this was a microwave that we borrowed, so we need to put that back. Travel light.
Okay, so what is next? Well, very, very soon I'll be announcing the next race that I'm going to be doing. It's one that I have raced before, I think twice in my early pro career. So yeah, any guesses below, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, it will be announced on my Instagram probably in the next few days, so keep your eyes peeled there and you'll know where I'm heading next to race.
Lucy, always so special to see you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. That's been a bit of a wrap up about the Singapore T100. And if you saw our limited edition Singapore merch, today is probably the last day to get your hands on those before they are gone, and that will be it. You will not be able to get them again. So we'll put the link in the description box below to get those. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos coming very soon. I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Welcome home to the hay fever. They both stink.
They really do.
Like, you're so unhinged.